met Rabbi Levitansky about 1976. I found out that there was a shul opening in Monica, and decided to have a look and see what the minyan's like.
I met Rabbi Levitansky when I was when I was engaged to my husband about 28 years ago, and I was not religious when I first met my husband. I was growing in my Yiddishkeit, and I was staying in Los Angeles for a little bit before, my wedding.
David First is a good friend of mine from Israel, and he came to me one day and he said, "Look, there is a new rabbi in Santa Monica, Rabbi Levitansky, and he's looking for a shul. Can you help him out?" I said, "Of course. What does he need?" He said he needs a shul in Santa Monica. I said, "Okay." So this is how I met Rabbi Levitansky.
We were walking on Ocean Avenue in the evening, and we were just talking about our life together, and I had a little bit of an anxiety attack about my new life as a religious woman, and I didn't know if I was going to be able to do it. And things were escalating, and all of a sudden we passed a hotel on Ocean Avenue. Rabbi Levitansky was standing in front. He was waiting for a tow truck because he was doing groom lessons with a young man, and the car got stuck on the beach or something like that. Whatever. It was so beshert. It was so unbelievably beshert.
One thing interesting, when you met Rabbi Levitansky and you were with him, you never thought he was as gallant as he really was. In fact, he was always happy, jovial, cracking jokes, witzes, which is a joke in Yiddish. But then when it came time to really get the answer to a very specific halachic question, the person you went to was Avrohom Levitansky, and you got the answer that was accepted by all.
I can't, he was standing out there right in front of the hotel, and we were walking by the hotel, and Michael said, "Wait, we'll ask Rabbi Levitansky, and he'll know exactly what to do." And I didn't know this Rabbi Levitansky, and he goes up, he says, "Rabbi Levitansky, this is my fiance, Eileen Lichter, and we have a problem or something." I don't know, it was 28 years ago, I can't remember. But he says, "Okay.
We have a religious crisis."
We have a religious crisis. So he said, "Come into my office," which was, of course, the lobby of the hotel. And we sat down, and he started talking to us, and I don't remember anything he said except for first time I met him, he was this, jolly guy with a long beard and a big smile and a Chicago accent, which made it more comfortable for me since I'm from Chicago. And whatever he said, and honestly, it was 28 years ago, I can't remember. I felt so calm and relaxed afterwards. I didn't have any problems from that time on.
We both felt this was from God.
Yeah, definitely. It was amazing. And
he was plopped right there.
Exactly. It had to have been. It had to have been.
He always had time for everybody. I don't know, with all of this. I told him, "Avrohom, he goes to a funeral, he goes to a bar mitzvah, he goes to homes that they have some problems, and all these things. I say, how do you find time for all of these things?" He was a rabbi. He was incredible. He found time for everybody. How? 24 hours a day. He found time for everybody.
So I came to the shul, and it wasn't an apartment on 12th Street in Santa Monica, or Monica as we say now. And I went there. I met Rabbi Levitansky. We hit it off, as he does with everybody, and I became a member of the shul. And from there, I recall a new shul that opened at 1247 Lincoln. And then I recall the house that we purchased at 7th and Broadway. And finally, the last shul I went to was right here on 17th Street.
Avrohom used to have his place in a little two-bedroom wooden house on 7th Street. 7th Street, just north of Broadway, on the corner. And he said, why don't you come for a Shabbos, and then see what's going on. And then, so this is how I met Rabbi Levitansky. And I remember the baseball bat there that he had in the kitchen, and I didn't know, I thought he was a baseball player. Turned out that this was the baseball bat that kept the oven closed to make to make the food for Shabbat, and but the Emishkeit and the love that Rabbi Levitansky and Chaya Dvora and it projected was incredible.
I recall that the rabbi was talking to the owner of the property, and the owner of the property, a Jewish man, was very favorable to Chabad, and he made an offer.
And we looked at some places when I came across this Chabad house that is here on 17th Street, presented it to the rabbi. He was very excited for him as well. He didn't know how it's going to happen, because in Chabad you don't know where the money is going to come from, how things are going to sort themselves out. Somehow we put this deal together and we tied it up. It was very excited time to see the home of Chabad coming to Santa Monica.
And the offer was that if he put a down payment, and I don't know if the down payment was 35 or 50,000, that he could take over the property, and if in 2 years he doesn't want to stay there, that this individual would buy it back. At that time I was fortunate to come into a little money, so I was instrumental in putting the down payment. Once we closed the escrow, Rabbi Levitansky approached me and said, there's a Verbringen coming in at 770, and I'd like to present the Rebbe with the key for the new Chabad house on 7th and Broadway. And he said he would like me to come and present the key. And at that point, I said, okay. There was a Verbringen in Tammuz of 1977. And I went with Avrohom to the Verbringen, and I gave the Rebbe the key, had a l'chaim with the Rebbe.
Can you reden in English?
Yeah, please.
Okay, this is the key to the new Chabad here in West Monica, California, in honor of the previous Rebbe, 50th year, Yud Beit Thomas. Is it richtig gesagt?
Yeah. And God Almighty bless you to make the same thing on the second jubilee.
Amen.
50
Amen.
years from now.
Amen.
Yeah.
Amen.
And now say L'chaim to be a good start.
L'chaim, Rebbe.
L'chaim Rebbe.
Second.
That's a your companion.
Oh, this is my companion.
L'chaim Rebbe.
I was at my first Sudas HaMashiach. They asked me to say a Devar Torah. And there was Rabbi Levitansky there listening away at my Devar Torah. And then I started my ad-lib, as I sometimes do. In my college days, I actually experienced 770, and I have actually seen the Lubavitcher Rebbe, and seen him walk through the shul and seen the specialness there. And so I made a remark that Rabbi Levitansky loved. And I said, to me, this Chabad house on 17th Street is my 770. And he loved that comment. And I meant it, because to me, the warmth and camaraderie that lived in the Chabad house because of Rabbi Levitansky was so special to me, and I loved it there, that to me it even exceeded 770. That was my opinion. So he loved that comment.
Yeah, this is David first. You know, at that time, you know, he'd love to come here for dinner. And so he used to come here. He said, you don't know what it is. It's the chicken that they serve. Once they serve this chicken, you're hooked. You are hooked, and you're coming to Chabad. There's something about this chicken. I don't know what it is. I have to find out. But there's something about this chicken. You're hooked. What a feeling. One time I came here, and was a Russian Jew. It's coming up, and at that time, this I don't think you want to show to anyone, but it was like every day was, you know, taking money from here, paying from there, taking loan from here, paying from there, and running all the way to the bank and this thing. And this Russian came and he didn't have anything, and Avrohom takes a check and write, but Avrohom, you've got nothing. Don't worry about everything. And you write the check and give the guy a check that he doesn't have the money. He doesn't know where the money is coming from. Such an neshama you don't find in this world.
Doch ein Schare und noch mehr von dem, so der Heiliger Baal Shem